Do you know someone who is genuinely very good at what they do? Hardworking, talented, reliable, and they're still not where they should be? Still not earning the amount that they deserve? Still not moving forward the way you'd expect them to? Me personally, I do. And for a long time, I couldn't explain why. Because on paper, it makes no sense. The formula was always work hard, be good, get rewarded. That's what we were always told. Except that's not really the deal anymore. And the sooner you understand why, the sooner you can actually do something about it. There used to be a generation before ours where the formula actually worked. You picked a career, you were good at it, you showed up consistently, and over time you moved up. Loyalty was rewarded. Competence was enough. The system was set up in a way where doing your job well was the main thing you needed to do. That world is entirely gone. And it's not because people stop working hard or stop being good at things. It's because everything around the job has changed. The market is more competitive than it's ever been. The way opportunities are found and filled has completely shifted. And the way people are seen or not seen in their industry now plays a massive role in what comes their way. Being good at your job used to speak for itself. Now it's just a starting point. And that part has nothing to do with how good you are with the actual work itself. This is the one that took me the longest to really absorb. I used to think that if I just do good work, people would notice. And the quality would speak for itself. And the right people will find out about it. And maybe that was true once. But unfortunately, that's not how it works now. If nobody knows what you're doing, it doesn't matter how good it is. And I know that feels uncomfortable. Especially if you're someone who just wants to do the work and be left alone. The idea of putting yourself out there, talking about what you do, building some kind of profile, it can feel like showing off, like it's not you. But there's a difference between arrogance and visibility. One is about thinking you're better than everyone. The other is just making sure the right people know you exist. Think about it this way. Two people with identical skills. One of them quietly does good work. The other does the same quality work but also talks about it. Online in their network, in the right conversations. Who gets a call when the opportunity comes up? Every single time, without question, it's the second guy. Talent without visibility is a missed opportunity. That's not the world any of us designed, but is the world that we're operating in. Nobody gets where they want to go alone. And the people who pretend otherwise are either lying or just extremely lucky. The conversations that you have, the relationships that you build, the people who know your name and what you stand for, that network is one of the most valuable things that you can have professionally. And most people treat it as if it's an afterthought. I used to be one of those people. I thought networking was something you did at formal events, exchanging business cards with people you never spoke to again. And because that version of it felt pointless, I didn't even bother. But that's not what networking is. Real networking is just building genuine relationships with people in and around your field. People who are doing interesting things. People who are a few steps ahead of where you are. People who might one day send something your way or put your name forward for something you'd have never heard about otherwise. Most opportunities, real ones, the kind that actually move your life forward, don't come from job boards or applications. They come from someone knowing someone. They come from a conversation. They come from being in the right place with the right people. And that doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you put the time into building relationships before you needed anything from them. That's the key part. Because the moment you only reach out to people when you want something, it shows. And it doesn't work. Trust me. What I'm saying to you is start now. Start talking to people. Add value where you can. It compounds over time in a way that's hard to explain until you experience it. Here's something that nobody said to me when I was starting out. Industry shift. What's valuable today is not guaranteed to be valuable in 5 years. And if something you have professionally sits inside one narrow skill set, you're exposed in a way you might not feel right now, but will eventually feel in the future. I learned a version of this early. When football fell through, I had one thing I've been building towards and suddenly it wasn't there. And the scramble to figure out what else I had or what else I could do, it was uncomfortable, I'll be honest. More uncomfortable than it needed to be. Because I hadn't been building anything else alongside it. That lesson stayed with me, and it's why I think so differently now about the idea of having a range. The people who are most resilient professionally are not just good at one thing. They've got a core skill. The thing they're known for, the thing they do best, but they've built around it. Communication, understanding money and business, being able to sell an idea, knowing how to build and manage relationships. These aren't extras. In 2026, these are essentials. Because the person who is excellent at the work and can also articulate why it matters, build relationships around it, and understand the business side of what they do, that person is not replaceable. And irreplaceable is exactly where you want to be. Don't just be good at one thing. Understand the world around the thing too. So what does it actually take to get ahead in 2026? Because I don't want to just tell you the problem. I want to give you something you can actually use. I'm going to break it down in 4 points. First, get visible. Start talking about what you do and what you know. That doesn't have to mean becoming a content creator or building a massive following. It just means showing up consistently in the spaces where your industry lives. Online, in conversations, in the right rooms. Second, invest in your relationships before you even need them. Reach out to people doing interesting things. Have genuine conversations. Be someone who adds value rather than just extracting it. A strong network built over time is one of the most bankable assets you can have. Third, build beyond your core skill. Think about what sits around what you do and start developing it. The business side, the communication side, the ability to understand what the person on the other side of the table actually needs. These things separate the people who are just good from the people who are genuinely valuable. And fourth and final point, stop waiting to be noticed. The people who move forward are not the ones who do good work and hope someone else sees it. They're the ones who do good work and make sure the right people know about it. That's not arrogance, that's just how it works. Being good at your job matters. I'm not telling you it doesn't, but in 2026, it's the floor, not the ceiling. The people getting ahead are the ones who understand that. They're visible, they're connected, they develop themselves beyond one dimension, and they're not sitting quietly waiting for the world to find them. The old formula is broken, but that's not a bad thing if you know about it, because now you can build the right way. Not the way you were told, the way that actually works. Go and do something with this. Drop a comment if this relates to you. If you found this video interesting, check out my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.